What up, y'all? Y'all see my face? Y'all see my hoodie? They coincide today. They coincide today. I could start out with I told you so. We were right. Told y'all this was some bullshit from day one, but we didn't want to. I will give this credit to my co-host for saying, making me realize that you have to be able to respect everybody going through any struggle, and you can disrespect an entire group of people when you're really only trying to disrespect one person. I tried to shoot some bail. Actually, I didn't try to shoot some bail to Calvin. You're muted. You're muted.
You gave a valiant effort.
I tried to shoot. I tried to shoot some. I tried to shoot Calvin Ridley some bail when this first came out about him asking to leave the Falcons for mental health reasons. It sounded fishy to me from get go. I mean, it smelled and sounded fishy, like straight out of the ocean.
Man, but swordfish, bass, whatever you want. This got fish on it.
All of it. It's got fish and crustaceans. Like it was just straight up farmers market. That's a foul and one. That was an and one. But I knew that was some BS because we were terrible, and he wasn't living up to the expectations. So if you're terrible, plus you're not living up to your expectations on the field, it comes off as an excuse and playing victim. And to use mental health as that gives you kind of a leeway because nobody's going to challenge you that you have.
It's a cover. It's a cover. It's a lazy cover.
Nobody's going to challenge that you have mental health issues. They're just going to try to provide you with get my papers together. Try to provide you with
that boy look like Johnny Cochran over there. Open arguments.
All of the help you need. And then it came out that you requested to be away from the team on November 9th, around that time.
Correct.
We saw your Snapchat and Twitter. You were at the Hawks game the next week.
Hanging out.
After next. Now, y'all said, hey, and when I say y'all, I'm talking about people that were in our mentions when I called it out, because I called it out immediately. I was like, oh, that's some bullshit.
We have been in front of the Calvin Ridley story by months.
And folks was like, well, you can't tell people how to deal with their issues. Maybe the game got his mind off of it. I said, you know what? Y'all looking at it from the victim standpoint, which is fine. But I asked y'all, for all of y'all that run a business or in a leadership role, if one of your employees, one of your teammates, one of your team members came to you and said, I need a mental health day. I am overwhelmed. I can't perform my job adequately. I need some time away from work. And then they went to Fiji. Or they go on a vacation. We don't even say Fiji. Miami, Savannah, wherever you are, the local beach, wherever you are, it could be the lake up there in Chicago.
I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't nothing. Savannah ain't it if you looking to fix your mental health. Now, if you're looking to do some other things, it's a good time. I can vouch for that. But this man is a special type of stupid.
I told y'all. I told you.
I'm embarrassed because I actually tried to be fair and reasonable and give him an opportunity to deal with his mental health issues. And, you know, it was funny. And I do think that this statement may be in a little bit of BS when Arthur Blank said we are emotionally supporting him and financially supporting him. I think they did pay him some money last year.
They paid him.
And
you
I
can't
feel
not pay him. You get sued.
Well, if I don't know how the leave of absence work. Do you owe 100% or is it like 80%? Because it's kind of like extended leave, you know, where they don't pay you everything. If you go on long-term disability, they might just do like 100% for an allotted amount of time, and then they go to 80, 60, 40. I'm not going to insurance y'all out with that, but whatever it was.
And at least what that's paying his benefits.
Yes. Which I assume that you never know. He probably wasn't even going to get no help. This man just lying. I don't know why he was going to the therapist. You can't. The therapist can't fix stupid.
So Calvin Ridley, ladies and gentlemen, got fired on his day off.
In most amazing fashion.
That's a foul. That's a foul. He got fired on his day off.
In amazing fashion. Like nobody, it was quiet. All is quiet on the Western Front about Calvin Ridley. Patriots talking trade, Browns talking trade. And then I just happened to look down at my phone. And it says Calvin Ridley suspended 2022 season for sports betting.
At least,
yes, at minimum.
At least.
And the way that he continues to tweet very nonchalantly and laugh about the situation, I dare say.
We'll get there. Let's. So he plays 3 bets: 3-team parlay, 5-team parlay, 8-team parlay on his own phone.
Tell him how much it was.
$1,500, $15,000.
Imagine not playing entire NFL.
No, $1,500
for $1,500.
You've seen what happens when you put things in your name. How this affects the most exciting offensive player in Falcons history. Got kicked off the team, kicked out the league, sent to jail, which opens up another political can of worms that we could talk about, blah, 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 on another day. Michael Vick got sent to jail for his friends fighting dogs in a house that's in his name. You saw how this happened. So instead of, you want to gamble, right? We're not ignorant. We know that folks gonna gamble in the league.
That's your brother who does not play in the NFL.
You have 150,000 people that you're taking care of.
Hey, Riley, make this bet for me, dog.
Not Riley. Hey, you over there that's in my house eating this food for free, homie from the hood or homie from my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Pay my motherfucking, hey, put this bet down for me. If I win, you know what I mean, appreciate it. Give you a little 5% fee. Put it in your name. Do that. But to log in and your username to log into betting apps is Calvin Ridley 18.
He might as well, hey, cut the lights on. It's me, y'all. It's me. I'm betting in here.
Cut the lights on. You never cut the lights. Yeah, the neon sign.
I'm here doing something.
This is me.
That is against the rules of my job. Blatantly.
And I'm gonna go. I am not gonna miss the chance to take a shot at the University of Alabama. Y'all need to educate y'all players on some of this. Something
between Ruggs and this. Hey, Nick Saban need to get on the horn.
I ain't even talking about Ruggs. Ruggs was just poor decision. That ain't got nothing to do with Alabama. That's poor decision. Not knowing that
these are bold. These are both
that
poor decisions, though.
Not knowing that you can't bet on the sport that you play. That's like, bruh, that's insider trading.
100%.
That's insider trading. And
you
didn't know.
And he bet on the Falcons. I mean, he did. He did bet versus the Jaguars, so it's a good bet. But think about losing your job. Think about losing your job on a Falcons-Jags bet. There's certain teams that you should just not lose your job over. And the Falcons and the Jaguars, neither one meet that criteria.
And don't forget, the Falcons picked up his 5th-year option. He was due $11 million. 11.
I wonder if there is a way that they can. I mean, they can probably break that contract, but they probably gonna want.
Yeah, I mean, I think with suspension, I think you end up getting some of that.
Team, yeah. Well, yeah. We're gonna get all the $11 million back this year. They just basically punt on him, and then he comes back next season. I can't imagine that if your boss lets you out for a mental health day, and you go around sports betting in Florida, that's probably gonna be a tough conversation when you come back.
I don't even know because we don't get nothing because we were supposed to get picks. He was already out the door. And shout out to the Falcons and Fontenot for being good guys. You better than me. They said we didn't trade him because we were made aware. The Falcons were made aware of the investigation on February 9th. And the NFL has partnerships with all sports betting agencies so that they can know if their players are betting on. I'm pretty sure all sports agencies have that.
Well, that's the reason they weren't taking any of the conversations about trades, because February 9th.
Yep.
Oh, no, we can't really trade him. Shout out to the Falcons for they was mum about the shit. They didn't say
They
nothing.
didn't let. Hey,
tight-lipped.
You said it earlier. Like, Calvin really kind of owed the Falcons a little bit on this one because they could have got out ahead of this and been like,
not really. You got to wait for the investigation to come all the way back. If you leak it before you compromise him, compromise the investigation, and it's just a bad look.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's like any other legal proceeding. You got to wait till everything comes to a stop before you begin to, and they made a very, I'm trying to think of the word, sanitized statement. It basically said, don't ask me shit, ask the NFL. Not my problem.
Screw that nigga.
I hate to say it, but I'm in 100% lockstep with them. This guy, it's only so much that you can do. First of all, we needed you. Full stop. The Atlanta Falcons last year.
We committed to you when we traded Julio.
Yes. And was excited for the opportunity for you to be our number one, you and Kyle Pitts. Then you go do this foolishness, and now we don't have a second round pick. We do have like the cap space, which I think will be good because I assume that by the time we get the replacement player for him, Matt Ryan will be gone.
Probably get a compensatory pick. A couple of them.
From who?
Compensatory picks are from the NFL.
We'll see how this plays out.
But it ain't gonna be what we were gonna get. It's gonna be like a third, fourth, fifth round.
You gotta try to find a guy in the draft when you have a guy who's shown proof of concept, who's a damn good football player when he wants to play football and not be an idiot. But the issue is he specializes in being an idiot. When you get fired on your day off, your given day off for you to chill out. Good luck and God. Nope. Whatever happens.
I ain't wish you nothing.
Nah. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. I just think about my dad. Like, damn, son, you didn't want to ask nobody,
anybody.
Literally, you can ask a person off the street, dog. Just make this bet for me.
They have an ESPN 30 for 30 about betting before social media, before technology took off in the public, about Pete Rose. Pete Rose did the same. Oh, he was betting on his own games, which kind of Calvin really did the same thing. But and you still and the thing was, and now we're back to it. Now we're here. I kind of cut you off earlier because I wanted to give the backstory of Calvin really doing all these things and why we're so frustrated. After he gets caught, he's cavalier as hell. It's only a year.
He is Cleveland Cavalier. Man, now that's the part where you want to slap somebody. Like when somebody has wronged you, like really wronged you. And then they're just like, okay, whatever. You like, bro, I put my hands on you. I paid you last year to sit at home, and you betrayed me. And I ain't never been a guy to, love NFL ownership and what they do. But this is embarrassing. At any job, if you do this is just pure trash.
And you know what? I'm not condoning racism. I'm not condoning any of that. But if there's anybody that deserves to say the N-word,
don't slip up though. This is a joke. This is a joke.
Behind closed doors, if you don't already say it, not saying you do, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm saying if anybody deserves a mulligan, a 25-minute mulligan, to say the N-word is Arthur Blank.
Hey, Mike, Calvin, y'all get on in here. I'm finna berate y'all for an hour at least for what y'all have done to me and my organization. I know Matt Ryan like, bro, I don't need this. I don't. I can't deal with this.
Julio too. He paid Mike $100 million. Mike fighting dogs. Julio held out multiple times. He paid Julio $64 million in one time. Paid him $64 million, and Julio came back and requested the trade. Then paid Calvin Ridley, supported you in everything that you said, wanted to keep you here, have said the same thing, and you were right. That's how we knew something was wrong, because there was no more support after like January.
Yep. And it was just like silence. So what's going on with Calvin Ridley?
No trade, nothing. It was even I don't think the Atlanta Falcons journalists knew to the extent what was going on.
No, absolutely not.
There were still a lot of articles talking about, well, what are we going to get? What trade?
Patriots and Browns both interested. I would assume that the Eagles would have had to been interested too because they need a receiver. But it's a lot of teams. That is the most frustrating part. We had already made peace with him not coming back to the Falcons. That is fine, big fine. But this sabotage where we basically wasted a draft pick, we paid you last year, and now we're just, we get cap space for a year, but we're just kicking the can with you. We still got to figure that out. And there's not a team in the world who's going to pay for this problem player at any type of premium.
You got to go to the USFL.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Can he go to the USFL? No way I'm letting him play in the USFL. If I own his rights, not a chance. Suspended. I still own your rights. You don't just get to go somewhere else and hoop to you. No, dog. You crazy as hell. It's a binding contract. They don't even let them ride motorcycles. You think I'm going to let you go play for another team, let your leg fall off, then have nothing for you? Oh, you crazy as hell. You better sit down. Well, I don't know what you're going to do because you don't follow directions. You do stupid shit all the time, like sports betting. Being a football player, when they make you take a class, make you sign a waiver that lets you know if you do this, you will be fired. And what did you do? You got fired for $1,500.
You did this.
Well, you about dumb as a box of rocks. I don't like to call people dumb, but when you do dumb things, I have to call it as I see it because we are the realest podcast in the world, and you are the biggest dummy in the world. We ain't had a you big dummy, and I don't even think this segment deserves you big dummy because your foolishness is astronomical. It's to a
you
point
big dummy is normally like almost on accident, like Shaq in a fool type stuff. Yes. This is just egregious.
Pure D dumb. I don't know what to say, but
and the fact that he doesn't care. Like, let's pull up the tweets.
That is when I say he might have real mental health issues.
Yeah. And so y'all don't get mad at me. I believe I deserve a little leeway to say what I want to say.
He come with the foolishness. Come on, man.
You know how when somebody does a wild, heinous crime, they kind of commit, and then they plead insanity, they commit to it.
Oh,
they play the whole role. He doubling down on the mental health. Now, again, we support everybody going through mental health struggles. We do not think that it's a joke or a game.
We support and love you, but we respect it. We respect people who have mental health issues. When you have people like Brokeback Ben to a certain degree, and definitely Calvin Ridley, it's very difficult. And I do eventually, that is one of the things that I really want to talk to a mental health professional about is, as an athlete, how do you gauge what's real and what's fake?
Hold on, bro. Look what he tweeted.
Give it to him.
I bet 1,500 total. I don't have a gambling problem. Laughing sign. I learned from my L's. Next tweet. I couldn't even watch football at that point.
But you can bet on it.
But you can bet on it. So either you either dumb on one side or dumb on the other. You dumb for betting on it, or you dumb for just making a blind bet. Either way, you dumb.
You bet blindly. None of this makes any sense. That's the reason I hate that I have parents who have common sense, because I can't wrap my mind around this because it's so nonsensical. Either you have a betting problem or you have a stupid problem.
Then he says,
pick your poison.
I know check this out. Just gonna be more healthy when I come back. I know I was wrong. But I'm only getting 1 year.
Imagine more healthy and you hadn't played for a half a year.
That tweet, I know I was wrong, but I'm getting a year, laugh out loud.
I think what he's attempting to do
takes away from the mental health thing for me. And then he said after that, if you know me, you know my character. I know I was wrong. And if you know me, you know my character. What do we know about your character?
Yeah,
Calvin?
We don't know nothing.
You just said in 2 tweets what we know about your character. I know I was wrong, but I did it anyway. Super gremlin. You a super gremlin. You from Florida.
Nah, That is one of the most concise. That is a hell of a point. You told us who you were and then asked us if we know who you were. Well, damn. We'll take your word for it, Calvin.
I know I was wrong, but I was getting 1 year. But if you know me, you know my character.
And you got to think, the dude's brother is, trying to get back into the NFL. I'm never touching his little brother.
Furious. I'm furious if I'm Riley Ridley. Because Riley Ridley is a good receiver.
Good enough.
He's a good enough receiver to be in the league.
Yes,
he's a good enough receiver to be on a roster.
He's 100% a professional wide receiver. But your brother has blown it, and they're going to look at you like, what type of friend are you? What type of brother are you? I can't trust you to hold other people accountable when you let your brother just run roughshod and take his phone.
I don't know about that one. He's a grown man. I don't know about that one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you.
He's the older brother. I don't know about that one.
I'll
shoot him some bail on that.
I'm not
holding Riley Ridley to anything.
You're not going to be any grace and mercy because you're lumped in together. They're gonna believe that's how he acts, then that's how he acts. Is it right? Maybe not. But is it gonna happen? Without a doubt. And yeah, now you got to take care of your brother and you. I hope you saved up, but from the looks of your decision making, I'm not sure if you are making the best I don't think you're making any of the best decisions. I would assume your financial decisions aren't any good either. But whatever it is. But I'm just so. How in the hell, son? You are off. OFF.
You're AWF off full. Now, I mean, like that is you. Now, I'm gonna bring up something, and I think I'm taking another shot.
15 meters, 100 meters. What you shooting here, Reg?
This really ain't too bad of a target. Probably about 50 yards.
Okay. I mean, that's a shot.
Didn't Calvin really train with Antonio Brown before the season?
No, but I was definitely thinking they must have the same PR person and publicist because they are. I mean, he might as well join the bad boy reunion of the baby. Who else is it? Kanye, AB. Hey, Calvin, take your ass right on down there. Y'all have a little group. Then y'all can become a little rap group.
From the pit, not the palace. You are from the palace. You from Caesar.
Yeah, man. Jesus, in the morning, he said, "Yeah, you from the palace." See.
Oh man, I don't have anything else to say. I told y'all so. That boy JC out here. I told y'all so. Though. I told y'all Calvin Ridley. I told y'all something smelled fishy with the whole thing about the mental health.
Umami, baby.
I told you, we said, we ain't heard anything on the Calvin Ridley front. We don't have anything to talk about with the Falcons. We told y'all that, and we said it was odd. And then, boom, Calvin Ridley's out. God bless you.
Thank you. We just had a limited segment. And here we are today with a full 30-minute breakdown of the stupidity of Calvin Ridley, the travesty which is Calvin Ridley, and this wasted ass asset we can't do anything with. Nothing.
Totally screwed us. Changes our draft. We were talking about going.
We needed to trade him.
We literally said on the ATL edition. I said the position I would choose first would be DB. That's out the window.
Oh, man.
That's out the window.
Jumping out the window.
We getting the best receiver we can get.
You got to help Matt Ryan out, and Kyle Pitts can't do it alone. And the rest of the guys are BUMS bums. And I don't want to call them bums. That's not right. That's not the right word. But
they're not talented enough to be starting wide receivers.
They're not even like twos. I think these are 3s and 4s.
Chris Olave, George Pickens.
It's another dude, Garrett Wilson. They was talking about
Garrett Wilson. There's a few. I mean, they all 9 of them ran 4-2.
That's the most frustrating part, bro. We needed you just to be available so we could trade you.
All right, man. We 25 minutes in. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a whole pregame that we were going to talk about.
It's over.
We were going to talk about Oakley being on that dope, Cole Anthony scared of needles, Jack Harlow. They're going to come out with a whole new white men can't jump that nobody asked for.
I can't tell you that I love anything more than we put our time and effort into putting these segments together for somebody to come in and set it on fire.
I mean,
Thanks.
burnt it to a crisp.
Appreciate you,
2
Cal.
hours.
Let's get all this chump. I'm irritated. And Bo, you better make that 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Y'all stay tuned as we get into the Around the League edition of
and do your best not to do anything stupid today. Stupid's been maxed out for the day.
Or just don't tell us about it.
I definitely don't want to know. Keep it on the low.